Right, we've got a question on Twitter. We've been asking you to send some questions. And Vinay Kalra says, how did fast bowlers like Kapil Dev and Gavaskar Srinath play non-stop cricket with limited resources, limited technology, limited recovery processes? Now, you played a lot of cricket with Kapil Dev. You saw a lot of Gavaskar Srinath. Maybe you could talk about those two.
How did they play? I think their training was a little bit different, I would imagine, because Kapil was hardly ever in the gym. He was running around, and that was, and then he was bowling to about 5 or 6 batters in the nets. Then he would come in again and then, go in and bat himself and then come in and bowl to a couple more. So basically, he was doing what his profession required, what his expertise required, which is bowl, bowl, and bowl. So his bowling muscles, the whole body was used to bowling. And therefore, he was able to and of course, he was a brilliant athlete. I think he could have been a champion in any sport that if he had decided to take any sport. I've seen him play snooker. I mean, we all know he played football as well. So he would have been brilliant at anything. But it was the fact that he just, that was his, he would go in the nets and then smash the ball around. So he did what his profession required, which was to play cricket, practice cricket, not go.
It's music to my ears.
Yeah.
Music to my ears that, someone that produces a profession and the skill set is bowling, they get better by bowling and their body gets used to it by bowling. We're in an era where the modern bowler just doesn't bowl enough. You look at England yesterday, the word tired.
Biomechanics.
Yeah, the word tired came out about the England team. We're 2 tests into a 5-match series, 1 innings into a test match. We're 1 day into the field and you're hearing, Ben Stokes only bowled 4 overs yesterday. Chris Woakes bowled 4 overs. Harry Brook bowled more overs than Stokes and Woakes. And Bryden Carr's off the field with a foot injury. So it does concern me.
I want to ask you about a particular player who started while you were captain almost, around then. And he's still playing. England don't want him, but he's still playing for Lancashire. How did he have such a long career, Jimmy Anderson? Was it something similar? Did he just...
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he had stress fractures at the early...
start of his career.
Yeah, when he was young, he had a crossover technique, which was affecting his back. And then he changed his technique. He had a year or so just bowling to cones out in the middle, just getting this technical kind of change into his body. And then from there on in, he hasn't really had too many injuries. Of late, he's picked up the odd soft tissue injury, but...
when you get that old, get as old as he does.
Well, he's in his 40s, captain in Lancashire, still playing, still bowling great. But it does... if you think about it, you mentioned Kapil, that he didn't go into the gym, and he wouldn't have what they have these days. You go into a dressing room these days, there's ice baths, there's compression pants that these players put on. The amount of tools that they have to get their bodies recovered. So when you hear the word tired on day 2 of a test match, 2 tests into a 5-match series, you go, oh, I can't accept that in this era with the fitness levels that these players should have. We shouldn't be using the word tired.
And what do you think about the word workload?
Well, it's again, it's the modern word, isn't it? The workload and, Jofra Archer next week will probably play for England. He's bowled 18 overs in 4 years in red ball cricket, and they're going to throw him into a test match. And we all know at this level, it's not the actual workload of the overs at the bowl. How do you replicate standing in the field for 2 hours? Then you go and have a bit of lunch. Then you come back out, you do it again. You might bowl 5 or 6 overs. Then you're in the field, not sure how you're going to move. How do you replicate? All of a sudden, you have to dive down to your right. You have to chase after a ball. Then you have to stand for another 2 hours. Then you get a little bit of a breather. Then you sleep and you do it again. The only way you can replicate that is by playing cricket. Yes. And the medicine people, and you're the doctor, you can argue as much as you want, Doc, but I'm telling you, the only way that you get better at playing cricket is by playing cricket.
See more patience. Just see more patience.
England versus India, 2nd test, live now. Watch it on TV channels of Sony Sports.